The story of Adam and Eve is a cornerstone of human storytelling. It is a narrative that has been passed down through generations, transcending time and culture. Found in the book of Genesis, this text is revered by billions across faiths and cultures. It is not just a story but a foundational myth that has shaped the beliefs and values of countless societies. This story explores the very essence of humanity, our relationship with the divine, and the complexities of our existence. It invites us to reflect on our origins and our purpose. It delves into themes of creation, temptation, sin, and the consequences that follow. The forbidden fruit, the serpent, and the Garden of Eden are symbols that have permeated literature, art, and philosophy. Despite its ancient origins, the story of Adam and Eve continues to resonate with us today, offering profound insights into the human condition. It speaks to our shared experiences and the moral dilemmas we face. The tale of Adam and Eve is not merely a historical account. It is a rich allegory, filled with symbolism that invites interpretation and contemplation. It's an allegory, rich in symbolism. The story's layers of meaning have been explored by theologians, philosophers, and artists for centuries. It grapples with fundamental questions that have captivated humanity for millennia. Questions about our nature, our choices, and the consequences of our actions. What does it mean to be human? This question is at the heart of the Adam and Eve story, prompting us to consider our identity and our place in the world. What is our place in the universe? The story encourages us to look beyond ourselves and ponder the larger cosmos and our role within it. How do we navigate the complexities of good and evil? The choices made by Adam and Eve reflect the moral struggles that each of us faces in our own lives. These timeless questions, woven into the fabric of the Adam and Eve story, continue to shape our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. They remind us that our search for meaning and truth is a journey that connects us all. In modern times, the story of Adam and Eve has been reinterpreted and reimagined in countless ways. It remains a powerful narrative that challenges us to think deeply about our values and our choices. From classrooms to places of worship, the story is taught and retold, ensuring that its lessons continue to inspire and provoke thought in new generations. Ultimately, the enduring significance of Adam and Eve lies in its ability to connect us to our shared humanity. It is a story that transcends time, culture, and belief, reminding us of the universal questions that unite us all. Genesis chapter 2, verses 21 to 23, offers a poetic description of Eve's creation. This passage has been a cornerstone in the Judeo-Christian narrative, shaping countless interpretations and beliefs over millennia. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. This deep sleep signifies a divine intervention, a moment where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. The act of taking a rib is not just a physical action, but a symbolic gesture, representing the intimate connection between man and woman. And the rib, which the Lord God had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. This creation story highlights the divine craftsmanship and the intentionality behind the formation of Eve. And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." Adam's proclamation is a recognition of shared essence and mutual origin, emphasizing unity and equality. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. The naming of woman signifies not just origin but also identity, a profound acknowledgement of her unique yet connected existence. This passage has traditionally been interpreted literally, emphasizing Eve's origin from Adam's rib. For centuries, this literal interpretation has influenced theological and cultural perspectives. This interpretation has had a profound impact on Western thought, often used to explain the perceived hierarchy between men and women. The idea of Eve being created from Adam's rib has been cited to justify patriarchal structures and gender roles. The rib, a seemingly secondary bone, has been used to justify female subordination, suggesting a derivative existence from the male form. This has led to a long history of gender inequality, rooted in this ancient text. However, a closer look at the original Hebrew text reveals a more nuanced understanding of Eve's creation. The Hebrew word often translated as rib is Tselah, which can also mean side or chamber, indicating a more holistic view of Eve's creation. The word often translated as rib carries a deeper, more symbolic meaning that challenges traditional interpretations and opens up new avenues for understanding the relationship between men and women. This broader interpretation suggests that Eve was not merely a secondary creation, but an integral part of humanity, equal in essence and purpose. Modern scholars argue that this interpretation can foster a more egalitarian view of gender relations, promoting mutual respect and partnership. By revisiting these ancient texts with fresh eyes, we can uncover layers of meaning that have been overlooked or misunderstood. Artistic depictions of Adam and Eve across cultures reflect these evolving interpretations, showcasing the dynamic nature of biblical exegesis. Each culture brings its own perspective, enriching the narrative and expanding our understanding. Ultimately, the story of Eve's creation is not just about the past, but also about how we understand our present and envision our future. It invites us to reflect on our shared humanity and the values we hold dear. As we delve deeper into these ancient texts, we find that they continue to speak to us, offering wisdom and insight for our lives today. The creation of Eve, when viewed through a nuanced lens, becomes a powerful narrative of unity, equality, and divine intention. In this closer look at Eve's creation, we discover a story that is rich, complex, and profoundly relevant, inviting us to explore and embrace the deeper truths within. The Hebrew word used in Genesis chapter 2 verse 22 to describe the part of Adam taken to create Eve is Tselah. Tselah. While often translated as rib, Tselah has a broader semantic range. It can also mean side, chamber, or part. This wider understanding of Tselah challenges the traditional emphasis on the rib and suggests a more profound connection between Adam and Eve. The word side evokes a sense of equality and partnership. Adam and Eve are not created one from the other, but side by side from the same essence. This interpretation aligns with the concept of two halves of a whole, each essential for completeness. The image of God fashioning Eve from Adam's side suggests a more intimate and equal partnership than the traditional rib interpretation allows. Section 4. Translating the Divine, from Ancient Hebrew to Modern Tongues. The translation of biblical texts is a complex process fraught with challenges. Translators must navigate the intricate web of ancient languages, each with its own unique structure, vocabulary, and idiomatic expressions. This task requires not only linguistic expertise but also a deep understanding of the cultural and historical context in which these texts were written. The nuances of ancient languages are not always easily captured in modern tongues. Words and phrases that held specific meanings in ancient times may not have direct equivalents in contemporary languages, leading to potential misinterpretations or oversimplifications. This is particularly true for sacred texts, where every word can carry profound theological significance. Cultural and historical contexts further complicate the task, often leading to interpretations colored by the biases of the translators. The worldview and cultural background of a translator can influence how they understand and render a text, sometimes introducing anachronisms or cultural assumptions that were not present in the original. The choice of rib to translate Tselah is a prime example of how cultural understanding can shape our interpretation of sacred texts. In the original Hebrew, Tselah can mean side, chamber, or rib, among other things. The decision to translate it as rib has had lasting implications for how the story of Adam and Eve is understood. In the ancient world, the rib did not hold the same anatomical significance as it does today. Ancient peoples had different understandings of human anatomy, and the rib was not necessarily seen as a primary bone or a crucial part of the skeletal structure. It was not seen as a primary bone, nor was it associated with biological lineage. Instead, the rib was often viewed symbolically, representing something more abstract, such as protection or closeness. The choice of rib as a translation may have been influenced by cultural understandings of the time, where the rib was viewed as a more symbolic representation of something close to the heart, a protector of vital organs, highlighting the intimate connection between Adam and Eve. This interpretation underscores the idea that Eve was created from a part of Adam that was close to his heart, emphasizing their deep bond and mutual dependence. Such choices in translation reveal how language, culture, and theology are intertwined, shaping our understanding of ancient texts in profound ways. Section 5. Side by Side, Reimagining Equality in Creation. Reframing Eve's creation from Adam's side has profound implications for understanding gender roles and relationships. It challenges the traditional hierarchy that places men above women, suggesting instead a partnership built on equality and mutual respect. This interpretation aligns with the concept of the divine image, where both male and female are created in the likeness of God, inherently equal in their value and dignity. When we move away from the literal rib and embrace the broader meaning of Tselah, we open ourselves to a more nuanced understanding of the relationship between the sexes. It allows for a partnership where both individuals complement and complete each other, each contributing their unique strengths and perspectives. Section 6. Shifting Paradigms, Gender, Relationships, and the Divine Design. The implications of this reinterpretation extend beyond the immediate story of Adam and Eve. It challenges us to re-examine our understanding of gender roles within society. If Eve is not a derivative being, created solely from and for Adam, but rather a partner formed from his side, it suggests a divine design where men and women are meant to stand as equals, supporting and complementing one another. This shift in perspective has the power to transform our understanding of relationships. It moves us away from hierarchical models of dominance and submission towards a model of partnership, mutual respect, and shared responsibility. It encourages us to see each other not through the lens of gender stereotypes but as individuals created in the image of God, each with our unique gifts and talents to contribute.